This episode is brought to you by Trailer Park Yard Games, where over 28 games are delivered directly to your party. We park the trailer, you party.
So Sarah bought her dad some.
Daddy, my real dad.
They're
He's
called
still
Hey
alive.
Dad.
How does that feel, having an alive father?
Yeah, I don't know because mine's dead too. But anyways, he died during COVID. It's real.
Worse.
It's really true.
It is true. Yeah. But anyways, not of COVID though. God rest his soul. Brain disappeared. But anyways, so let's move on down the road just a little bit. But anyway, so Sarah comes in the other day with this box and she says, "Hey, try these on."
Let's have a chat, talk this and that with BB and Jaisy.
So anyway, we're driving back and we decided, we want to go ahead and get this Airstream. So Ann and I Google it. Well, then we find out that there are different levels of Airstreams.
Oh, yeah.
They start with base camp on the entry level, and they're nice. I mean, they're still like $60,000, which was more than I paid for my Winnebago.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Okay, all the way up to the Classic, which is the top of the
What
line.
does Dave Ramsey think about this?
We paid cash. So all the way up to
That's no problem.
to the top
Sarah,
of the
you
line.
silly.
Yeah.
You think he's fiddling around with loans and things like that? Why?
Did you do the debt snowball?
We did. So my wife actually teaches Dave Ramsey, and we don't follow it perfectly, Dave. I'm sorry, we don't. We have debt, but not.
Dave.
We're almost completely debt free. But that's besides the point.
Sorry,
You asked about
I'm
Dave
sorry.
Ramsey, but
Sorry.
we need to actually do a segment on Dave Ramsey because
Dave, would you be a part of the podcast?
Yeah, Dave probably won't be a part of the podcast, and he'd probably be mad at me because I said we have debt, but that's reality. But
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
The
Airstream Classic.
So anyways, they
Y'all
go
paid
they
for
go
it?
all the way up, and we look at it and we said, well, this was a nice dream, and we went home and we put our heads together and decided that's what we were going to do. And it's kind of like a God thing. So we were doing a filming the other day. Tim and I were together with Ashley filming something for the company. And lo and behold, Tim and I got talking because we were friends and we got talking about the Airstream. And he knew that we were going down last weekend to put an order in for a new one, okay, which would take a couple years to get because they're way behind.
Couple years?
Yeah, they're way behind on getting them. There's a long waiting list. So anyways, we looked online, and lo and behold, they had one unit on the floor of exactly what we wanted. So told Tim, well, if it's still there on Saturday when we go down on the 30th, this was like a week later we were supposed to go down, then we'll go ahead and buy it. And he said, man, it's not going to be there. You need to go this afternoon. I said, I've got all this. I've got
Sounds
this
like the
thing
housing
called a
market.
job. So he convinces me. So I finish up. I took off a little early. Jim, I hope you're not listening. Took off a little early, and I'm driving over there.
Priorities.
I had an appointment, and a lady calls me as I'm pulling into the parking lot and says, man, I'm sorry, they just sold it.
To Tim.
No,
Tim
no.
bought it.
So there was this
gonna
couple
upsell
in
you.
there that wanted to buy it. And I walked in, she said, they haven't put their deposit down, but they're still on the floor, and they're getting ready to.
Ann got them.
Yeah, she said,
He ran over there and peed on the AstroTurf. It's mine.
she said, you can still go ahead and put your deposit down and beat it out and take it away from them. I said, look, I'm not going to wrestle. This was an older couple. They're older than
Well,
Oh, you could
Oh.
do that.
they were like 70 or so is what they look like. And I said, I'm not going to go wrestle with these people over an Airstream. We'll just keep our appointment. So we're looking at, Ann shows up now. She's driven.
she took the tennis balls off their walkers.
Yeah, so, wow. So anyways, Ann and I are looking at some other ones, just kind of thinking about what we're going to order. And the salesperson comes over, which is, she's absolutely fantastic. And she comes over, and I'll put her name in the show notes, and she comes over in case you're looking for an Airstream. I want you to call her. She's great. She comes over and says, hey, they left without putting a deposit down. They had to go think about it or something. I said, well, if they're off the lot, we're buying it.
Heck
And we
yeah.
bought it on the spot.
So I have a question about this Airstream.
Yeah.
You have to answer it if I ask you.
Okay,
Have you broke it in yet?
not yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
We're taking our...
tonight.
no,
Oh, it's
to
happening.
shake shakedown trip is happening next Friday.
Oh.
Okay.
And
So Bill comes
Us
back
and-
on Monday with a smile on his face?
yeah, Bill's going to come back on Tuesday because he's going on a shakedown trip on Friday, but he will come back.
Sweet.
And it
That's
takes
awesome.
old people
Okay.
4 days.
To
And he
recover.
will come back. He will come back on Tuesday.
He's going to come back like with crutches.
Yeah, because Ann is going to break my neck when she hears this.
I didn't know what.
Oh no! Oh no!
I didn't know
I
what
thought
was
you were
great.
going to
So-
say something else.
Amazing.
Well, at
But-
least you were talking about Ann. I didn't
Yeah,
know
that's
specify.
but
We didn't know.
I didn't know if it was Tim and
no, but just the difference in quality. So we pulled the unit home. It pulls like a dream. There's no comparison whatsoever. But here's the cool thing about RVs nowadays. So we had to sell the unit we had, right? We were either going to rent it out or sell it. So I thought, okay, let me go ahead and see what someone will pay for it. We sold it for almost what we paid for it.
yeah.
We used the daylights out of it for a year,
Ooh.
which, by the way, Winnebago, your unit sucks. It broke a lot. That's right.
But
Broke a
but
lot.
also, does anybody want to buy my Winnebago?
Somebody just unfollowed us from
No, Winnebago's probably mad at me, but they already were. But they have some quality issues, and so as probably every trailer does, it's a rolling earthquake going down the road, right? But the walls shouldn't fall off on the inside, things like that.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So
goodness.
this is probably not good. We probably need to check with our attorneys if we can even use that part now. but here
Do
we
we have attorneys?
we might need one.
Oh.
I'm an attorney.
There you go. What-
What's your grandpa doing?
yeah.
He gone.
Which one? My
We'd
mom
have-
or dad's?
We'd have to go to the carney.
How many do you
But-
have?
None, because they're both dead.
But also just wanted to know the
Mine too.
clarifying question.
Mine too.
So anyways, but the Airstream quality is fantastic. And we were showing some people it the other day and they said, this is nicer than our house. And that's how nice of a unit it is. So we're real happy. I don't know how we got off on Airstreams, but this is cool.
But you were very
great.
excited to talk about it.
Yes.
My wife
it was.
rented a Cruise America RV for my 30th birthday many moons ago. And she surprised me. It was in my front yard when I got home from work. And she was like, do you want to go east or west? I was like, I don't know. Where do you want to go? She was like, let's go east. So we took it to the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, sweet.
And it was
Let's go
the
back on the
worst
Smoky Mountains.
piece of crap I've ever been in.
Oh, no.
Like everything rattled so much that we couldn't talk while we were driving it.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, and like the heater didn't work, so it was super cold. The battery died in Nashville, so I had to change like the boat battery or like whatever deep cell battery. And like I'm not super tough for a human, so it was very
Just
hard to
you
change
fooled
that
me.
battery. I know. I'm strong, but
But,
yeah,
but
it was,
smell's not everything.
I'm
just kidding.
Nice. That's good.
But once you got to Smoky Mountains, did you like it? We just got back.
It was beautiful.
It's so
it was
pretty
really
there.
cool.
Did you see Dolly Parton?
We didn't. No.
She's on all the billboards there.
Yeah.
We did.
So
love
we
Dolly
planned our
Parton.
vacation for this next year. Next summer, we're going to take a 2-week trip back through the Smoky Mountains.
Awesome. Gatlinburg,
And-
Pigeon
yeah.
Forge, yeah.
And then we're going to quickly shoot up to Pennsylvania to see the Amish people, also known
Amish?
as
Also known as Anne's family.
my
but
wife's
they're Amish.
my wife's family. Yeah, well,
The Omnish.
they all love me.
Amish.
But we're going to shoot up there real quick and come back. But we're going to take a couple weeks. But we have found that we enjoy it a lot. We like getting out, and while we have a lot of fun talking about it, we're real excited that we finally achieved this goal.
That's
and
awesome. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because one of my fears is taking a shower in that. Because in the RV that we rented, it was like horrible. So I just did it at RV stops. But have you taken a shower in the Airstream yet? Is it possible?
It is possible.
awkward?
So one of the things we bought a Classic, and the bathrooms in the Classics are nicer than the bathroom in my house.
That's cool.
Probably nicer than the bathroom in most people's houses. Heated towel racks, heated floors.
That's awesome.
The Airstream is all solid wood, so you don't have any press wood inside of it. So like the unit that you rented was all press wood.
Yeah.
And that's why it rattled, right? None of that exists in the Airstream. I've read something where there's somewhere close to 3,500 rivets just on the inside of the Airstream that holds everything together.
That's cool.
And all the wood cabinetry is nicer than the wood cabinetry in my house. So nice countertops, solid surface countertops. The table's actually automatic, lowers up and down.
Cool.
The couches are ultra leather and recline.
Are you going to get some kind of promo off of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
I
have like a
don't think so.
discount
They're
code?
probably going to throw me out of the Airstream club.
Out of the swingers club.
Yeah, it's not the
You
swingers
can't
club.
put your keys in my can.
But
You need to do like an MTV Cribs.
Oh, that would
where
be a
you
good
do
episode.
a video
Or Pimp My
walkthrough.
Airstream.
okay, so I got to tell you, since you guys don't know what Oh No, Mr. Bill is, I have no idea what
Okay.
the MTV
Oh,
Cribs
so
MTV
good.
Cribs is where they would go to like famous people's houses in LA.
They're
or
bringing
New
it
York.
back. Did you see that?
No, but that's exciting because I loved it. And they would just basically go, "Hey, Jessica Simpson, show us your house," and she'd take you on a tour of it. And it was, I mean, it
They'd
doesn't
always
sound that
show-
cool, but it was
doesn't sound-
it was
Now
cool.
that I
I
say it
loved
out
it.
loud.
They would show the house, and my favorite part was when they would show us what was in their fridge, and they would have like, you know, drinks that you'd never heard of because they were all from Whole Foods, and I just, you know, shopped at Albertsons and stuff, and then they would like, I don't know, they would just show how they lived, and it was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It was fun.
So
You should do that.
what would it? So I would go around to people's trailers.
No, just
No,
your
just
trailer.
yours. You should do an episode of just your trailer.
Yeah, I got to tell you, people don't want to know what I have that much. Trust me.
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I've never seen a cribs of an Airstream.
Airstream.
That'd be
I don't
fun.
think I've ever seen the inside
Tom,
of yours.
you want to film it?
Look at that.
Okay,
face.
What
well-
if he was just like, actually, no, I
You know,
have no
Tom,
interest in doing
I have no interest.
Who knows?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I could
Cool.
get on TikTok and be the singing realtor, and then do MTV Cribs about an Airstream, right?
Heck
I
yeah.
have a feeling that you don't know what half of those words were in the sentence you just said.
Well, I know what
I
the
think
words
you just started
were,
saying
but-
things that were hip, like
It was-
TikTok.
No, I've had some folks tell me I need to be on TikTok,
Yes,
and I'm like,
but
I want you to learn all the terminology.
Bill has very cool shoes now. He bought him a pair. I don't know if he has them on. He
I
bought
do.
him a pair
I
of
do.
Hey Dudes.
they
I
are.
don't even know what that is.
You don't know
Oh,
what Hey Dudes
My
are?
gosh,
actually
they're
don't
the
know
most
what a Hey Dude
comfortable
is.
pair of shoes in the world.
Put your leg up there. But be careful. You got
Don't break
shorts
that
on.
hip.
You got shorts
Careful
on.
your hip.
Oh, those are cool.
Okay.
So
They're,
I
that's what
think
all
my
the cool
friend
kids
Tim
are
has
wearing.
those. Katie's husband Tim has something like that.
yeah,
It's
so
not the same thing.
I really didn't know anything about it. I heard some of the guys talking about it in the office, but I really wasn't paying any attention about it. So Sarah bought her dad some.
Daddy,
So-
my real dad.
They're
He's
called
still
Hey
alive.
Dad.
How does that feel having an alive father?
Yeah,
It feels
I don't
great.
know because mine's dead too. But anyways, he died during COVID. It's
That's
real.
getting worse.
It's really true.
It is true. Yeah. But anyways, not of COVID though. God rest his soul. His brain disappeared. But anyways,
Oh my God.
let's move on down the road just a little bit. But anyway, so Sarah comes in the other day with this box and she says, "Hey, try these on. I bought them for my dad, but they don't fit or something." And so I tried them on. I was like, "Man, that feels really good." But so I gave them back, and as soon as I got home, I ordered a pair. They showed up like the next day.
He's styling it.
And now what happens is I
He
get
just
like
starts
5
randomly
emails
saying,
a day.
TikTok.
Oh yeah.
They're called Hey Dad shoes.
Hey dudes.
Hey
Hey
dudes.
dudes.
Hey dude.
Not hey dad.
They make girls too. They make girl versions.
Yeah, there's women's you don't have to tie them, which is really cool. And so I don't have to worry
It's like
about
the new Velcro.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Instead
so-
of the black Velcro
I just slip my
shoes,
foot in and I go.
You ain't
Saves-
even got to
saves
tie
a lot of
them.
time.
It, it really does.
I love the fact that Tom over here producing this is now I got a whole page full of notes.
It's all
from
your
this.
stuff. It's all you.
Every time I open my mouth, he's writing something down.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what that says.
Okay,
Like,
so we've got a couple segments we need to get in here.
Yes.
Unless you
The
want to say
next-
something else about Airstreams.
No,
Okay.
I do want to say
moved on.
something. I am also an Airstream fan. I'm at the beginning of my financial journey, but it is one of my goals to have an Airstream.
Oh.
And I look at them on Facebook Marketplace, and you can get an empty shell for like $7,000.
Yeah.
That's not like, I mean, I saw it this morning on Facebook Marketplace, and a lot of people make like stores and
Yes, they
boutiques
do.
out of them. But I've been thinking about getting just an empty shell and putting it on land and making
Make a
it
tiny
little
home?
Yeah.
Well, those things last forever.
Yeah.
And, we're going to hand ours down to Leanne. So now Leanne knows that what she's going to get when Ann and I pass. And our hope
Why
is
so much death?
she'll have it.
Why
Now,
is everyone dying?
That just happens. But you said you're at the beginning of your journey.
Everybody's
so
gonna die.
we're gonna delay the end of this again for a second. You said you're at the
I was
beginning.
kidding
of
when I asked if y'all wanted to talk about Airstreams, but let's go. Let's go.
So
with it.
we're gonna delay
fully
this for a
commit to
second. So you're at the beginning of your journey, and my challenge to you would be don't do what Ann and I did. So we're like real close to 60, and I'm a lot closer to 60.
You're like a
than
month
Ann
from
is.
60.
Really, really close.
Well,
by the time
more
this
than a month.
airs, you'll be 60.
Well, I might be if this airs in September. But the bottom line is, follow the plan and get to where you're going to get a whole lot quicker than what we did.
Yeah,
But ultimately, when you get there, it's kind of cool.
absolutely.
That way you don't have to get a wheelchair lift.
Yeah, that
We need a
adds
ramp.
thousands and thousands of dollars.
It really
So,
does.
Well-
So when your knees still work.
yeah.
I got to tell you another story, and
Another Airstream story.
Tom's going to cut me off. No, but this one's important. So this maybe we can cut this into a level up segment. So we've got a great friend of ours, really a much closer friend of Ann, but she's a great person. But Ann knows her much better than I do, and I won't mention her name, but they do some work for a lot of people in the office. And this person's husband found out he had brain cancer. And he was perfectly healthy, good guy, great situation. And 2 months later, he had passed away. So it wasn't too many months ago that Ann was talking to this person, because Ann stays in contact with folks on a regular basis. I mean, that's just part of her loving spirit. She gives back. And she's talking to him, asking how she's doing. Is there anything she can do for her? And they're talking, and the lady relates the story about how they had all these plans of the things that they wanted to do, that they were looking to do in retirement, they were looking to do with their life, and while they didn't do things, and they had saved up. So Ann comes home and we're talking, and you have to name your Airstream. So as Ann and I are talking, we ended up naming our Airstream No Regrets. And we named it No Regrets in their honor, because we're not going to have any regrets. We're going to live our life like we have no regrets, but we're going to live it smartly. And we're going to do the things that we want to do. And it's going to be great.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
So there you go. There's a level up story that
So-
you didn't know
Sounds
was
really
coming.
cool.
So we waited our whole life to be swingers. So we're-
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Basically.
That is incredible.
But that also goes with YOLO.
True.
Yeah.
YOLO.
And that's one of the new phrases he can use
Yes.
now. He has
I have
kids.
no
Just
idea
say-
what yellow
You
was.
should name your Airstream YOLO.
No,
Yeah.
YOLO, not yellow. YOLO.
What is that?
Can I
Twinkle,
say?
twinkle?
Can I tell him? Because
Yes, you
I
can tell
just learned what it was.
Yes.
It means you only live once,
Oh, okay.
which
Unless technology changes, which it may. But
Yeah.
okay, we've got a couple segments that I've been trying to get to for 46 minutes. I'm just
I
kidding.
think that was the level
I'm
up,
just
though.
kidding.
We just
Can
leveled up.
Can I interrupt you one more time?
Yeah,
I just
talk
want to
about
make sure that
Airstreams.
everybody has a plan for when they die. It's very, very important. You need to plan ahead, because you are going to die. For sure.
And also, if you are planning these things, please contact is your dad that still works at State Farm? Or
No,
is he-
actually, he works for me now. He works at Proco.
How
Is
the
he a
tables
roofer?
have turned, Dad.
Well, he's old, but no, but yes, he's in sales.
Did you hire that lady from State Farm? That
Anita, no.
Contact Anita at State
can't
Farm.
have a job.
Okay,
You were
so
looking-
speaking of insurance,
I was just kidding about that, by the way.
No,
I'm sorry. I was
everyone
just
is going to die. It's not
talking
a
about
joke.
death. Sorry.
So speaking of insurance,
Okay.
our tails. This young fellow definitely needed insurance. Bill, I don't know if you want to share the story, but
oh my goodness,
definitely
this
needed insurance.
Tales from the Lockbox. So had this person that works with us by the name of Sean, and he's out showing a house. In fact, he had actually showed houses to this older lady. And one day she couldn't go look at houses, so she had her daughter come and look at houses with Sean. They're driving two separate cars. So they pull up to look at this one house, and the gate's locked. Sean's got to get out and open the gate. Sean's driving an Expedition, and the lady's driving a regular passenger car. Sean gets out of his car, starts walking up to open up the gate. He gets about 20 yards away, and the lady starts honking, and Sean's going, "What is this crazy woman honking for? What's going on?" He looks back just in time to see his expedition crush the car that she's sitting in. So
Women drivers.
He had one of those. He had one of those. The shifts that's in the middle,
Yeah.
And his phone was right there. So when he went to put it in drive, it didn't go. I think it was in neutral. And
So
yeah, it just,
these are things as a real estate broker, real estate manager, you really don't like getting those calls.
Whoopsies.
That's an oopsie. You don't like getting that call on. So
Sorry, I sneezed.
yeah, there's the first on the show.
Hold on, pause.
You had
Oh,
to
God.
shiver. You had a shiver.
But I love that he said, I sneezed.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I suffer from horrible, horrible allergies.
Okay.
Is why you should take Claritin,
Claritin.
America's favorite allergy.
I love
wow.
I love
That's 10 grand for y'all.
It's like, if you please, I wish everyone had to announce every bodily function they ever. Excuse me, I farted.
Well, when I sneezed, I peed not just a little, a lot.
A lot.
Oh, this goes well with the end of my story. So
Sorry.
now we've got this crushed Saturn. They go and look at the house, and they've still got other houses to show. So they drive the expedition, leave to Saturn that's crushed in the driveway because it's not going anywhere. And they go look at a bunch of other houses. I guess the good part of the story is they ended up buying the house where he crushed the car at.
Yes.
There you go.
But then they elected not to send them a survey, so they couldn't tell them how well they did. So
Yes.
there's
I
our
wouldn't-
tale.
I wouldn't have sent them a survey either.
Yeah, it's
Like Sean really crushed it.
Ooh.
Okay, so the other thing
That
that
was bad.
actually, I'm going to ask you, do you have any interesting stories from insurance, roofing, or beyond? It doesn't have to be real estate related. Anything that you want to share that you think is funny.
Tell us why you hate Anita.
Tell us about Airstreams.
What'd she do?
I really want to
What'd
talk
she do
more
to
about
you?
Airstreams.
Anita.
Give us the tea.
Anita Airstream.
Anita was so bad.
I need to smack him on my face.
What?
Interesting stories about roofing or insurance. Well, okay,
Or
to tie it back into kind of the ninja theme that we had going earlier.
Right. I like
So,
this theme.
The weirdest thing that ever happened to me, by the way, let's rewind. When I was like 9, 10 years old, my dream was to turn my room into a dojo, kind of like what you would see in a ninja movie when the guy runs in real quick, touches a button, and a fake wall opens up and he gets like a sword, kind of like like machine guns and like grenades, but ninja style. So my dream was to mount all this stuff on my wall like a ninja movie. And I was 10. By the way, just for everybody watching, like I'm really good at karate and stuff too. But this was my dream. I was a young person. And then I heard Jimi Hendrix and I was like, I want to play guitar. So moving right along, fast forward, 20 years or something, something like that. I no longer want a dojo room. And I work at State Farm. And part of what I had to do was if someone couldn't come to the office to sign something, I would go to their house and get them to sign it. And so this one couple lived in like North Richland Hills or something like that. And I had to go to their house at like 9 o'clock at night. And they were weird. These people were weird.
They have like weird, like Airstream weird?
Did you
So,
take?
like,
Did you take all your stuff?
yeah.
You took the blow gun and.
I
stuff
didn't.
with you?
I should have, because when I got into their house, they had swords and weaponry mounted on the wall. Like, not a little bit, like a lot. And they were, I don't know, 35, something like that. This was when I was probably 27 or something like that. And just everywhere was swords and like a mace. Like, do you know what a mace is? Okay, good,
No.
good.
Is that
It's
the
the thing
ball?
with the ball with the stuff on it.
Oh,
You spin it.
the ball with the thing and the stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a spiky ball and a
Spiky ball.
chain attached to a stick. But they had all
got
this
one.
stuff. And then in their other room, they had aquariums filled with snakes and reptiles.
Did they have a cobra?
Cobra, the Grand Prairie Cobra.
No, but that is awesome. That is great. I hope no one dies. But yeah, so that was the weirdest time ever, because at the end of signing those documents, they were like, hey, do you want to stick around and like we'll show you, you know, some of our gerbils and like, you know, lizards and stuff, and like, you know, we can cut a watermelon in half with the sword. And I was like, no, I gotta go. But it almost felt like the kind of like the, hey, if you want to spend the night, like you can. Like it was the weirdest moment.
You don't have to leave if you don't want to.
Like,
That's weird.
we can
Like,
move
do you
some
want
of the
to
aquarium.
look at my
About to
swords?
cut
Yeah, it was
some
so
watermelons
weird.
and stuff.
And I'm a weird guy, and my tolerance for weird stuff is pretty high. But even I was like, geez,
That's got to be bad if you were weirded out, I think.
totally weirded out. And then I was like, man, so glad I didn't get a ninja room.
But all that
But
happened
now,
for this.
after hearing Bill's story with no regrets, do you want to reach back out to them?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you
would
have
you do
kids.
things differently?
Yeah, you have kids, you get older, and you know things get a little stale, and so yeah, I mean, sure. Like if y'all are out there,
I'm open to it.
whatever, like we can hang out.
All right, so our family show has really.
And so we are so glad that you joined us
Hold on, we
here.
have level up.
We need
we
to
have a
level
We need
up.
a level way up. Okay, so actually, what I found today is don't forget to keep humor in your life. Don't take things too seriously all the time. I know a lot of people that do, that just can't laugh at anything. They can't laugh at themselves. I love laughing at other people, but I like laughing at myself too. So my action step today, I want you ladies to ask your husband this. Do you remember what today is? Did
Oh,
you see,
if
did you
it's
see
like
him
a
freak
day-
out? Did you see him freak out? That's all you have to do. Just go home.
Just ask that.
Yeah.
Oh, very good delivery.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Hey, do you know what today is?
Yeah, and just let him freak out. I love messing with people, but yeah, I mean that. I think just keep humor the tip of your tongue, and it's not always appropriate, but sometimes that's even funnier when humor is not appropriate and you choose to use it. I know a lot of people that use it in awkward situations too. You know, they laugh through pain or through whatever, but I think it's the best medicine for sure. And you've made us laugh a lot
Yes.
Well,
today.
thank you.
This
Yes,
has
we
been
have.
Y'all are really
such
funny too.
a fun
that was
episode.
great.
I really loved hanging out with you. I loved
thanks.
hanging out with you guys.
So we actually have 2 episodes, I think.
At
Yes.
least.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, is
So-
this a dual episode?
I think so. Usually,
I think we talked about Airstream so much.
so long.
Cool.
We have one episode that's just like fun ninja stuff, and the other one that's just going to be titled Airstreams.
Do you guys
It's just
want
an
me to
Airstream
like bring nunchucks up here?
Yes.
No.
You know, the next time you come and talk at Let's Talk Real Estate, I would like you in faux ninja outfit.
Okay.
Yes.
Nunchucks,
All right.
but with the rubber ones so you don't hurt any of my agents.
I refuse. I'm a full grown man, and I will bring the nunchucks.
Full-grown man.
You bring the real
I think
ones.
they're
just-
illegal. I think they're massively illegal to travel with. So.
Nunchucks?
Yeah, my friend Aaron Sadiq, again, shout out. He got arrested for
So,
nunchucks.
you know, the funny thing is, our first show this morning was a detective from the Mansfield Police Department. I could have him come next time you come here.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, we would get to see all kinds of things.
Well, we appreciate you guys listening to us
Yes.
today, watching us. We had no idea the direction this was going today, but I feel like it was
I still don't know
really
what direction
good.
it went.
Me
but-
neither.
Yeah.
But let us know what you think
part
if you
of
like
life.
us. If you don't tell us that. But join us on any of the platforms. You can listen to podcasts on pbandjz.com. Has all the links there as well. But thank you again for joining us
Thank you.
today. Check out Proco Roofing. They are the best in the biz.
Yes, they are.
Some of the
Now
best
you'll
people.
really trust us to do your roof.
He will bring swords if you want him to bring
Absolutely.
swords.
They will not fart on your roof.
No, we won't. But Anita, we will.
Yes. Well, thank y'all so much. We out.
Just had a chat, talk this and that with PB and Jaisy.